He had everything: money, status, a last name that opened every door. But behind the gates of his mansion, the billionaire's son was drowning. Every exam, every test, every challenge, he failed. His father's patience thinned, teachers whispered, classmates mocked. The world expected brilliance, but all it saw was failure. Then came Maya, a girl with nothing. No wealth, no privilege, only courage. She carried a secret that could change not just his grades, but his entire life. What she revealed would shatter his arrogance, break open his world, and prove that the greatest lessons don't come from power, but from resilience. Adrian Beaumont was the only son of a powerful tycoon. His home was a mansion, his school prestigious, his future supposedly guaranteed. But beneath the polished surface, Adrian struggled. Exam after exam came back marked in red. Teachers lost faith. Classmates laughed at him, the boy who had everything but couldn't pass a test. At home, the pressure was worse. His father's silence cut deeper than anger. His mother tried to shield him, but in a house ruled by reputation, excuses didn't matter. Adrian lived in a golden cage, trapped, suffocated, and ashamed. Then came Maya. Her mother worked as a maid in the Beaumont household. While Adrian had tutors and endless resources, Maya had none. She lived in a cramped room at the edge of the estate, studied in dim light, and wore hand-me-down clothes. Yet her report cards sparkled with perfect grades. Adrian noticed her in quiet moments, studying when others rested, reading when others played. She carried herself with calm confidence, not arrogance. Unlike him, she wasn't crushed by pressure. She thrived despite it. What Adrian didn't know was that Maya carried a secret. A way of thinking and surviving that had nothing to do with wealth and everything to do with resilience. The turning point came on a gray afternoon. Adrian sat at his desk staring at another failed exam. His father's voice echoed in his mind, disappointed, final. Anger bubbled inside him. Then footsteps. Maya entered quietly, carrying laundry. Her eyes fell on the paper, then on him. She didn't laugh, didn't mock. She simply looked. And for Adrian, that silent look hurt more than the laughter of his classmates. He couldn't shake it. The next days, he watched her. After finishing chores, she slipped into the small staff library, reading for hours. Her books were old, pages torn, but her focus was razor-sharp. Tutors came and went for him, paid well but disconnected. Maya, with nothing, studied like her future depended on it, because it did. One evening, he asked. Pride made his words awkward. How do you do it? How do you always succeed? Maya hesitated. The distance between them was more than physical. It was social, racial, economic. But slowly she shared her secret. It wasn't magic. It wasn't privilege. It was discipline, persistence. She didn't study to please anyone. She studied to survive. Every lesson was a weapon. Every page a step forward. Adrian resisted at first. How could the maid's daughter teach him anything? But the more he listened, the more he realized she saw the world differently. She taught him to break problems into steps, to focus on understanding, not memorization, to fight frustration instead of running from it. And then, the deeper lessons came. Maya told him about her struggles, how her mother worked late hours to give her a chance at school, how classmates mocked her skin color, how teachers sometimes assumed she wasn't capable until her grades proved otherwise. Adrian's bubble cracked. He realized his failures carried embarrassment. But Maya's failures could end her future. His setbacks were inconveniences. Hers were survival. The injustice burned him. For the first time, Adrian wanted to change, not just for himself, but because Maya's fight showed him what real strength looked like. Exams loomed. Adrian studied under Maya's guidance day and night. Every hour chipped away at his arrogance. Every lesson revealed another truth. On exam day, the room buzzed with expectation. Teachers smirked, ready for another disaster. Classmates whispered, betting on his failure. Adrian sat down, heart racing, but this time something was different. He remembered Maya's words. Break it down. Breathe. Don't quit. For the first time, his pen moved with clarity. Questions that once drowned him now opened like locked doors. He wrote, solved, persisted. When the bell rang, he wasn't panicked. He was calm. Results came days later. The classroom fell silent as the teacher read his name. Adrian hadn't failed. He had passed, with marks higher than anyone expected. The mockery vanished. Shock filled its place, but the real test came at home. His father held the report card, eyes narrowing. "How?" he demanded. Adrian's answer was steady. "Maya helped me." "The maid's daughter." "She taught me what no tutor could." The room froze. His father's pride clashed with prejudice. To accept this truth meant admitting that brilliance didn't belong only to the wealthy. But Adrian didn't back down. He declared that what Maya gave him wasn't just knowledge. It was perspective, strength, truth. For the first time, Adrian wasn't just passing an exam. He was standing up for Maya, and for everything she represented. Word spread quickly, through classmates, teachers, even across the Beaumont estate. Some admired Adrian's honesty. Others whispered in contempt, but for Adrian, it didn't matter. For the first time, his identity wasn't failure or privilege. It was courage. Maya kept studying, her dreams growing bigger. Adrian, inspired, began fighting for students like her. He convinced his father, slowly, painfully, to fund scholarships for children from disadvantaged backgrounds. Not as charity, but as recognition of talent too often ignored. The real change wasn't in grades, but in Adrian's heart. He no longer measured worth by wealth, but by resilience. He saw how empty privilege was without perspective, how meaningless power was without justice. Years later, when asked what saved him, Adrian never credited tutors or money. He always said the same: "It was Maya. She showed me that real intelligence isn't where you come from, but how far you're willing to go." And perhaps that's the question this story leaves us with. How many Mayas are out there right now, brilliant, determined, but overlooked because of race, class, or circumstance? How many lives could change if we simply stopped underestimating those society silences? Because sometimes the greatest secret isn't how to pass a test. It's how to open your eyes,